Hey, what's up, y'all? It's the Dom. I'm back at it again with another hot topic. So we just gonna jump into this, and today's video is gonna be for the reason why my saw studs and my doms out there. The reason why y'all really are following me, and y'all really are checking out my YouTube videos. And basically, just the whole point of this, right, is to get the ass. All right, how to get the ass. Because at the end of the day, when you're dating and you're a dom, this is the whole goal, right? I mean, because we ain't trying to do relationships, but we are trying to get that ass eventually, right? So to any soft stud out there, studs that are in training to become more dom, if you want to know how to get the ass, this is how you do it. This is the proper way on how to do it. This is the way that I would do it. And this is the way that I want my doms out there to do it, okay? Now, everybody's going to have their own method. You know what I'm saying? What works for them may work for them. But this is going to be for my doms or for my soft studs in training that is having difficulty or is getting frustrated, or you haven't got laid in 6 months, a year, whatever the case is, and you just don't know what you're doing wrong. Well, this is the video for you, okay? This is what I would recommend to do to help you with films, to help you with dating, and also, like I said, to help you to get that ass. All right, so we're going to jump right in, all right? So the first thing that I want to put out there is when we are discussing getting ass and things like this, you know what I'm saying? Again, if you are in a relationship or if you more on that soft stud mentality, this probably ain't the channel for you. So I'll probably get on up out of here, right? All right, but if you are dom, all right, or you trying to become more dom, this is what you want to do, all right? So the first thing first, when it comes to me, I'm only giving the films 3 dates. All right, you got 3 dates to give me the ass. All right, after 3 dates, if you ain't came up out them panties, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, right? You know what I'm saying? So 3 dates, okay? So let me break down the 3 dates for you, okay? On these 3 dates, whenever you want to take a film out on a date, my recommendation is to keep the dates as cheap as possible, okay? So when we're saying cheap as possible, what I mean by that, doms, is that I mean that you want to invite your date out to things or places like bars or places like pubs, okay? You want to invite your film or your date out to places like this, okay? And the reason why is because you want to keep the dates as inexpensive as possible, okay? You don't want to be taking no girl that you just met out to a 5-star restaurant, okay? And I mean, right now, you can't anyway, right? Because of the coronavirus, right? You can't really take a film out anyway. So this is the perfect time for my doms out there to sit down and really listen to this video. So then that way, when things do go back to normal, you know how to play it, all right? So again, 3 dates. 3 dates minimum, all right? After the 3rd date, if she ain't came up out them draws, we cutting her off, all right? That's the dom mentality. All right, so again, on these 3 dates, my recommendation would be to either take her to a bar or take her to a pub. The reason why is because you can get drinks, okay? We're not about to be feeding no film that we ain't had sex with or been intimate with. We ain't about to be doing that, okay? So you want to do bars or pubs, okay? So when you do this, when you do the bars and the pubs, just don't get it twisted. You still want to make it an experience for her, okay? She still has to be having a good time, all right? You don't want to just invite her out. What I would probably say is that you don't want to necessarily invite her out to a club. Now you can because I have had dates at the club. But you want to invite her to a place where you can sit down and you can have a conversation with her. Because again, you know what I'm saying? Yes, she may be attracted to you based off of your looks. But in order for a femme to want to become intimate with you, doms, she has to be attracted to your personality as well, okay? Because with femmes, yes, they go for the looks. That's what pulls them in at first. But they also got to be attracted to your personality. So you want to be able to sit down with the femme and you want to be able to converse and have a conversation with her, okay? All right. So the thing is that the reason why we do this and we want to sit down and have a conversation with the film and get to know them is for the simple fact is we gotta be able to like the film that we want to date or that we want to put in rotation or that we want to have sex with. Because, you know what I'm saying, if we're not compatible, or if you don't even like the film, then, you know what I'm saying, you either you're not going to be attracted to her or she's not going to be attracted to you. And pretty much you're not having a good time anyway on the date, so it's a waste of your time. And as Doms, time is the number one thing with us. We don't want to waste our time. So again, you want to make sure that when you're going on these dates, that you are making sure that it is an experience and that you are, you know what I'm saying, being able to talk to her because you want to know if she's digging you. And of course, more than anything, you want to know if you're digging her, okay? Now, the thing is that when you're on this date, okay, when you're on these dates, whether it's first date, second date, or third date, okay? Because again, 3 dates. When you're on these dates, you want to make sure that you're still remaining masculine as a dom. And what I mean by that is you still want to have, you know what I'm saying, a masculine frame. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that the girl is into you. And with films, they're attracted to masculinity. They're attracted to dominant personality. So you want to remain masculine. And how you do this is that while you're on this date, you're not running all out on the mouth. You're not just making it all about you, just talking about a bunch of bullshit that she don't really give a fuck about. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be going on and on, talking about your problems, talking about, oh, my mom don't accept me being gay, or, oh, my dog just died, or you don't want to be doing all this, all right? Because first of all, you're going to turn the girl off, all right? Because she really don't give a fuck about what you got going on in your life. Of course, she wants to make sure that she is compatible with you, but you can easily turn that date into it'll just be a boring experience. So you want to make sure that you're not just rambling on in the mouth. And also, when you just rambling like that, you're not in your masculine frame. So you want to be smooth. You want to be seductive, all right? Because at the end of the day, you are trying to get that ass, all right? So you want to be smooth. You want to be seductive. And one of the things that I do on my dates is whenever I'm on a date is I allow the girl to talk, okay? I ask her questions. You know what I'm saying? I ask her about her interests, things that she likes to do. So therefore, it's really the attention is all on her. You know what I'm saying? So the less that you're talking, the more you're staying dominant, the more you're in your masculine frame. So again, I will allow her to do most of the talking, okay? Now, of course, you want to talk here and there, but I would allow her to do most of the talking. And also, let me say this. I know sometimes on dates there is this awkward silence, right? Where either she stops talking or you don't know what else to say. Let me tell you something, Doms. It's okay. You don't have to say shit. Just let the silence do its thing. Let her say something again. Let her feel like, oh shit, I better say something, because at this point she's chasing your validation. And as a dom, we don't chase her validation. We want her chasing our validation, okay? So if there's silence, it's okay. Let her start talking again. You know what I'm saying? You start eating, or if there's a game on the TV, pay attention to the TV. Let her start the conversation again, because again, you want her chasing your validation, okay? So again, you want to remain masculine. You want to remain dominant. You want to make sure that you're just not going on and on talking about some bullshit that she don't give a damn about, okay? You want to make sure that you're allowing her to talk majority of the date, because again, you know what I'm saying, you want to make sure that you like her. You want to make sure that you can be compatible and you can put her in rotation, okay? All right, so another thing that I would say is whenever you're dating or when you're doing these dates with the femme, as far as, because at the end of the day, you are trying to get the ass, right? So whenever you're setting up the date, you want to make sure that the place that you choose, the bar or the pub that you choose, is either close by you or close by her. And I would say maybe within 15, 20 minutes at the most, okay, that you want to pick these spots. So I know me, for instance, I live by a lot of places that are downtown Kansas City area, right? So therefore, I'm going to choose a place that is downtown. A good place that I would probably choose is KC Daiquiri Shop, right? That's a good place to choose, because Now there is food there, and I heard they food is really good. But on the first day, we ain't doing food. We doing motherfucking drinks, all right? So, but anyway, it's a nice place. For one, remember I was telling you that you want to make sure that you're showing her a good experience. It's a nice place, you know what I'm saying? They got a patio where you can go out there and talk. You can have your drinks. If you want to smoke a cigar, you can. I don't smoke tobacco products at all, so it wouldn't be for me. But again, it's a nice, cool, laid back. They got nice ass drinks there, not too expensive. But anyway, that's close to me. So the whole reason why you want to make sure it's close to you or close to the girl is because at the end of the day, you want to ask her back to your place, okay? You always want to ask her back to your place, no matter if it's first date, no matter if it's second date, no matter if it's third date. And let me tell y'all something, to my doms, if she tells you no on the first date, it is okay. Most girls are not going to go back with you on your first date, okay? Most of them probably won't go back to you on your second date. Don't get bummed out about it. Don't think to yourself that she don't like you. It's just that some girls do want you to respect them. Some girls don't believe in, you know what I'm saying, being intimate with somebody, no matter how much of a high attraction they have for you. You know what I'm saying? I remember one chick, right? I remember one chick that I was dating, and it was the first date that we had, y'all. And when we met, I knew that she had high attraction to me. Like, I could tell by her body language. She just kept complimenting me. She was like, oh, your smile, you got dimples. Oh, your freckles. I just love your freckles, your hair. And I knew the girl was feeling me. She didn't know shit about me, right? She didn't know shit about me because, again, I'm not running my mouth off on this date. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, because the place that I originally picked, because it was closed, I just told her to come over. So she came over. So we at my place, right? We at my place. She's highly attracted to me, but we did not have sex, okay? We did not have sex for the simple fact that probably she wanted me to respect her. She didn't want me to think that she was a hoe. You know what I'm saying? So most girls will not go back to you, go back to your place on the first date. But I'm not saying don't ask. I'm not saying don't ask because we are doms, okay? And doms are dominant. Doms are alphas, okay? Doms are masculine. Doms are out there to date. Doms are out there to have sex with these femmes. So we gonna ask because it might be your lucky night. But like I said, if they don't come back on the first night, don't get bummed about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be acting all crazy with the girl or nothing like that. And I say this because as another example, I did meet a girl on the first night, and I went over to her house, and you know, I believe I was drunk, and this is why I try not to drink so much on my dates. Like I wouldn't recommend at all to get plastered. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you know your limit, because when you become intoxicated, that's when the compliments will come out. You get a little bit more loose. You all know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? You get that, what they call it, that alcohol courage or whatever. So anyway, you want to make sure that you're not drinking as much. But anyway, that night I was very intoxicated. I had a lot of drinks. I did try to get intimate with the girl. She you know, was like, you know, no, and stuff like that. I believe she had a girl and everything, but she was like, no. And when I left, I never forget. I think I said something to her to the fact that you didn't let me smash. So, and I know that turned her off. And she never talked to me again after that. And I learned my lesson from that. And you know what? You don't get bent out of shape. You are going to make mistakes, Doms. You are going to do things that you look back and you say, oh shit, I shouldn't have did that. But it's okay, because as a Dom, we don't get hung up on that. It's a lesson learned. We keep it moving. We got abundance mindsets. Okay, so we keep it moving and we learn what not to do again. Okay, so again, when you're setting up the date, make sure it's in close proximity to either you or to her, because you always want to ask her back to your place. And again, if she doesn't come back, she just doesn't come back. That's okay. Also, when you're on these dates, I would not recommend to try to kiss the girl on the first date. And again, that goes back to the same thing as some girls do not get intimate on the first date. Some girls do not kiss on first, second, or even third dates. They just don't do it. And me personally, I don't really like kissing girls because I don't know where they mouth been anyway. So I'm not about to be tonguing no girl down, asking for no kiss. And plus, we can't fuck at the bar. So I'm not about to even go there. And I go home and I'm all, you know what I'm saying, my strap got fucking blue balls and shit. I'm not about to do it, all right? So again, no kissing No going in for the kiss. A hug is okay, but even then, I wouldn't even be all gripping on her ass or anything like that. Doms, you want the girl to wonder. You want the girl to wonder, like, damn, does she like me, or you know what I'm saying? Was I looking okay on the date, and things like that. And speaking of looking okay on the date, when you're on these first dates, make sure you're paying attention to how the girl is dressing. You know what I'm saying? If she's dressed as very sexy and she has on something nice, makeup, things like that, she has high interest for you. But that does not mean that you're gonna get the ass on the first night, all right? Now, some, like I said, some doms do, you know what I'm saying? And for the doms that do, let me just say this. There are some doms that got it, you know what I'm saying? And salute to them. But I'm gonna tell y'all this. The girls that is giving it up on the first night, y'all, they not no high value films. You know what I'm saying? They some ratchets. And it's okay. We strap them. We strap them too. But at the same time, really, to my doms, I want us to have some high class doms and some bonnies. You know what I'm saying? I don't want us to be out here running behind ratchets and shit that, yeah, anybody could pretty much smash. You buy them a drink or you smoke a blunt with them, yeah, you gonna smash them because they ratchet. You know what I'm saying? So most girls do not get down on the first night. A lot of girls do not kiss on the first night, so I wouldn't even be doing that, all right? Or on your dates. All right, so also when you setting up the date, let's say you got the girl's number, you waited about a week to call her because again you dating other girls, and you know what I'm saying, you on your mission. You wait a week to call her and shit, right? All right, so when you set the date, let's say you say, all right, meet me at KC Daiquiri about 8 o'clock, right? And this is let's say you hit her up on a Wednesday, right? And you told her let's meet at KC Daiquiri on Saturday, 8 o'clock, right? All right, so Saturday, you don't hit her up again, okay? Unless she hits you up. I mean, if she hits you up, yeah, you know what I'm saying, hit her up. I wouldn't say right away, you know what I'm saying? You should be waiting a couple of hours because you busy anyway, right? So you ain't got time to be just hitting her back right then and there. But I would not hit her up again. And the reason why is because you don't want the girl to think that that you're insecure. And what I mean by that is that you don't want the girl to think that this dude, or not this dom, I mean, because you know we basically men in studs body, or in females bodies anyway, but this dom, she not too confident. She must think I'm a flake. Okay, and we all know about flakes. When you do that, that's exactly what the vibe that you're giving off, is that you're not confident, that you're trying to make sure that she's gonna make that date. Oh, let me make sure about hitting her up again. Nah, I wouldn't do none of that. If she hits you up, that's one thing, but I wouldn't be hitting her up. Now, what I would do so you don't get a flake, okay? And I'm not saying that you'll never get a flake by doing this, because again, you know, I had that video out that said, have I ever been flaked? Of course I have, you know what I'm saying? But in order to prevent getting these type of flakes, or getting flakes in general, what I would probably recommend to do is the night of your date. Let's say maybe your date is at 8 o'clock, right? I would probably hit her up about 7 o'clock, 7:15ish, and be like, hey, what time you gonna be leaving down there? You know what I'm saying? What time you gonna be heading out? That's how I would do it. You know what I'm saying? And if she hits you up and be like, oh, I'm about to head out in about 15 minutes, then boom, you know she coming. If she don't hit you up, then you got a flake. And guess what? It's okay, because you ain't wasted your time by going out. You know what I'm saying? You can stay at home, work on your mission. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. So that's how I would recommend to prevent flakes, is you always want to hit them up the day of, y'all. Y'all don't want to be hitting them up all after you confirm the date. This ain't no relationship. You are dating. The day of the date, you hit them up and you say, hey, what time you going to be down there? You know what I'm saying? And they'll more than likely be like, oh, I'm going to head down there. You know what I'm saying? So you set the date, it's at 8. Now, another thing I want to say about when you set this date, okay? When you set the date for 8 o'clock, all right? That's what the fuck you mean. You mean 8 o'clock, okay? You don't mean 8:30. You don't mean 8:20. You don't mean 8, shit, I say 8:10. You don't mean that. You mean 8 o'clock, okay? And the reason why is because if you allow a girl to, let's say you set the date for 8 o'clock, right? You set the date for 8 o'clock, and she don't get there to 8:45. Well, you sitting there, first of all, you sitting there waiting on her. You acting like you ain't got no other films that you fucking because you sitting up here and you waiting on her, first of all, okay? We don't do that shit. And then another thing is that you showing no type of self-respect at all, because you know what I'm saying? Like, the thing is that your time is valuable as a dom, right? You ain't got time to just be sitting there and wasting your time. When you say 8 o'clock, that's what you mean. So if she shows up at 8:45, first of all, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. First of all, I ain't gonna be there sitting there waiting to no damn 8:45. First of all, okay. Let me tell you something. I went, well, I asked the girl out on a date, okay? She had been showing a lot of high interest, things like that. I asked her out, right? And I think I told her to meet me at Starbucks. This had to be like a Saturday afternoon. I want to say it was like 2 o'clock, right? I don't remember. I told her to meet me, right? And so let's say it was about 2 o'clock. Well, shit, about 2:05, I didn't hear shit from her. Guess what? I fucking left. And, you know, she had hit me up, yeah, of course, about 10, 15 minutes later, and she was like, I'm on my way. I told that bitch, I already left. And you know what? You would think that, you know what I'm saying? I know soft studs, y'all think that, oh, she probably ain't fucking with you no more, and you so disrespectful, and how can you do that? You know what I'm saying? She was on her way. That's being real selfish. Let me tell you something. She being real selfish by having me to wait on her when I told her on motherfucking Wednesday what time to meet me. So you had Wednesday, you had Thursday, you had Friday. You had 3 days to get yourself ready for this day. So if you ain't got yourself ready by 2 o'clock on Saturday, then fuck it, I'm leaving, okay? And let me tell y'all something. Y'all, you would think that y'all say that that's disrespectful. She probably ain't gonna fuck with you no more. Let me tell you something. That motherfucking bitch is still hitting me up, okay? So, and you know why? Because I respect my time. And because I respect my time, that's a big ass turn on for a fan, okay? They like, ooh. They like, she care about her time. She don't play around. She don't play around at all. And let me tell you another thing. Like, I'll never forget a girl that I was dealing with for a while. I think we was meeting some friends or something at the mall. And this is when I was a soft stud. And we were supposed to be meeting them. And we was already there and I believe I don't think they came until like 45 minutes later, and she just kept saying, damn, you ain't gonna say nothing, like, you should never ever let nobody waste your time. And at the time I was just like, oh, she being a bitch, right? No, she's 100% right. As a dom, our time is valuable, so we ain't got time to waste, baby. All right. If I say 8 o'clock, you have your ass there at 8 o'clock. And if she gets there, let's say like 5-10 minutes late, you know what I'm saying? I mean, on the first day, you don't want to be an asshole on the first day. I know y'all not quite there yet. But let's say she does get there late, then I'll be like, hey, you gonna buy the first round of drinks, right? And, you know, and films have done that. Films have showed up late. They bought the first round of drinks. It wasn't no big deal. We had a good time, and it is what it is. All right? All right, so the last thing that I would say about the 3 days, the reason why I do the 3 days, okay? And after that, if you ain't giving it up, then I'm done. It's because, you know, a lot of doms are soft studs. Let me just say that. A lot of soft studs think that just because films mess with us, that they don't try to treat us the same way that they treat men, or, you know what I'm saying? They don't think it's the same. Let me tell you something. Films sometimes will fuck with a dom or a soft stud just because they have money. Just because they tricks, okay? There is a such thing as a female trick, okay? They're out there, okay? That's the motherfucking tricks that be buying these films motherfucking purses and coat shoes and belts and shit just to get the film to like them. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. We want the films to like us because of us, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why I do 3 days is because I don't want a motherfucking film to think that I'm a female trick, okay? I don't want her to think that she gonna just keep having me to take her home on dates, and she ain't giving up none. Nah. 3rd date, if you ain't came up off them panties, we done. All right, now this is the thing. The only way that I would do a 4th date is if on that 3rd date she was either on her period or we got real close. Okay, we got real close to going down, And maybe she had to go, or maybe she, you know what I'm saying, I don't know. But that's the only way. And even then, once that happens, I'm just gonna invite her over. So 3 dates. If she ain't giving up no ass, then we done, Doms. All right, we not no female tricks. All right, we ain't no soft studs out here. We ain't gonna be buying bitches meals and we ain't have sex with them. We ain't doing none of that shit. All right, 3 dates. You get drinks. You get convo. You get your time to spend with me. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. All right? And that's how you get the ass. All right, it's the Dom.